Hey guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. So I read an article recently that talked about how much money people feel like they need to have in order to be financially comfortable. So this was fascinating. The survey found that most Americans consider themselves financially comfortable if they have a net worth of $774,000. Now, in more expensive cities, obviously that number goes way up, like in San Francisco. The respondents said to be financially comfortable, you need a net worth of $1.7 million. So what I think is so interesting, though, is that financially comfortable, that term, it's so subjective. So you shouldn't have to feel like that you can't be comfortable and secure in your finances until you're a millionaire. So let's talk through some other meanings and other ways that you can be financially comfortable. So for some people, financially comfortable means having no debt payments. If you don't owe anyone anything, for a lot of people, that is like a breath of fresh air. And it's like, oh, if I have no money just leaving and going out to a bank and credit cards and student loans, that feels so much better to me. So the quickest way to do that is to pay off your smallest debt first. List out all of your debts, smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate. Pay minimum payments on everything and pay off that smallest debt first. Then once that's paid off, take everything you were focused on that smallest, roll it over to the second smallest. Keep going and going and going. We call this the debt snowball. And people on average are getting out of debt in 18 to 24 months doing this. Now, others say that they are financially comfortable when they're not living paycheck to paycheck and they have enough cushion in case something happens. So this is another great spot to be. So if you are someone that's living paycheck to paycheck, you have to figure out how to get ahead of that. So that's either bringing in more income or cutting expenses. So you actually have margin going month to month, and you start to save up for an emergency fund. Start with $1,000. Then when all your debt is paid off, you can bump that up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. Now for me, this is the game changer. Like when you have no debt and you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in the bank that you're not gonna touch, it's just there. Oh, that's breathing room. That is comfortable. It's like, okay, that feels so much better. It gives you so much peace when you're at that point. All right, before I go on to the next one, I'll take a quick break so I can tell you about our sponsor. You're watching Every Cent, but prices keep going up. Did you know that there's a budget-friendly solution to rising healthcare costs that's actually biblical? Well, there is, and it's through Christian Healthcare Ministries, America's longest-serving health cost-sharing ministry. Visit chministries.org/Rachel to learn more. All right, for other people, being financially comfortable means that they are able to fund retirement and then have some money left over every month. So this is another big part of saying, okay, I'm going to save for my future. A lot of people that are very future focused and goal oriented are thinking, as long as money is going in retirement, that feels good. So I recommend 15% of your income going into retirement when you're debt free and you have that fully funded emergency fund. And you put your money in things like a Roth IRA, a 401k if your workplace offers that, 403b. So these retirement options are great. And there is something about being comfortable when you know you're taking care of your future self. Like I always think that when we put money away, I'll be honest, I'm such a spender that when money goes into a retirement, I'm like, oh, bye money. It's like I'll never see you again when I could be using you to do things right now in the moment. So I have to tell myself, 65-year-old Rachel is like going to love 34-year-old Rachel so much because I put money away for her. And it's just that long-term thinking, y'all. It is, because the worst thought of being uncomfortable financially is getting to the point of retirement and not having anything. And you're stuck working and thinking, gosh, I could have lived my retirement dreams, but I can't because I didn't do it in the first place. So that future thinking is very, very important. Now, for others, financially comfortable just means that they have disposable income. And it's like, yeah, I just have the ability to spend money where I want to and not be stressed out about it. And in order to get to that place, you guys, having no debts, again, not having payments go out, taking care of your emergency fund and retirement, all of that, there's a great place to be. And even once you pay off your house, then to think, gosh, I have no payments going out except what I'm choosing. And that is a powerful thing. And yes, that would be very comfortable, very, very comfortable. So those are just 4 factors that I want you to think about being financially secure. That you don't have to have a net worth of $1.7 million to be financially comfortable. You actually can start achieving those things right now if you have margin, if you're following the baby steps, and you're doing the things that you have to do for yourself in the present and the future. Because again, building wealth long-term is going to help not just you, but change your family tree and help others when you can be very, very generous. So make sure to share this video with a friend who wants to also be financially comfortable, because remember, it's all about taking control of your money and creating a life you love.